Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5 between Rogue and Cure, in which we have Cure opening up with a 3-Rex Reaper, which instantly got scouted by Rogue. And the 3-Rex Reaper isn't necessarily supposed to be a surprise build. It can just be a straight up, I build a lot of Reapers, try to kill you type of thing. You know, you can stab a guy in the back, you know, do it sneakily. But you can also just run at him with a knife. If you know your opponent is unarmed or doesn't know how to deal with knives, then fairly frequently that's going to be a good plan. So sometimes we see like that third barracks in the main base, and you have 2 Rex at home or 2 Rex in the wall, but Curious is going for the straight up 3 Rex. Let's see if it's going to be successful here. Spine has finished up. There we go. Is waddling downstairs with its 6 legs. The Reapers are getting quite a few kills. You have 2 workers killed already, on top of the 4 links as well. High ground, this is one of the issues on this map. First of all, third base really far away, of course. And second of all, you also have this area in between the main and the natural where it's not so simple to get a spine onto this type of high ground. 4 queens are now out. One of the first queens, though, is gonna die. So that means only 3 queens remain. And the low ground now in some serious peril as the Reapers enter. Are gonna try to get a second queen down as well. Will lose a Reaper in return. But I mean, this is just a lot of damage. And the thing with Reaper damage is that it kind of snowballs. Like you kill a queen here, you kill a queen there, you kill a drone here, you kill a drone there. And then before you know it, there's 35 Reapers with +1 in your base. 2 more barracks coming down as well as an E-base. So this is going to be a 5 Rex Reaper follow-up most likely. Eventually maybe going into Marines, but I'm expecting high Reaper counts for a very long time to come. Control on the Reapers is good so far, and we have a lair on the way. Rogue believed that he was safe, but he's freaking dead. I'm never sure if this is supposed to be an impressive game for the Terran or an unimpressive defense. Because I feel like the Zerg shouldn't die. But I'm not sure how much of that was the Reaper micro and how much of that was just a poor response out of Rogue, really. I mean, he got the full info, he got the full scout. Pylon is just a tricky map, of course. The area in between the main and the natural. No creep, no easy second spine position. Like, once you get spines in position to stop Reapers from just kind of running in, jumping by, life genuinely gets a lot better. It gets very good, one could even say. This time after the 3 Rex Reaper, we go from aggression into greedy economy, as it will indeed be a command center first on the low ground, with a gas before barracks as well. So Cure legitimately playing the greediest build known to mankind after one of the more aggressive builds, or actually one of the most aggressive builds. I guess Proxy Rex Marines have slightly less follow-up eco if you're doing like a 3 Rex or a 4 Rex, but a 3 Rex Reaper is just very low on eco. Gets an extremely slow second command center. So Cure switching it up big time over here in a series against Rogue. Let's see how he's going to be capable of kind of managing all that. Spawning pool in the main base. Huge surprise, because that's the only place where there's creep. It would be freaking wild if you build a spawning pool somewhere else. There's also no purpose to it. So one thing you could do is you could like build a hatchery over here. Then after like 20 or 30 seconds of building that hatchery, you get a little bit of creep generation underneath it. You cancel the hatchery and then you build a spawning pool. It has no purpose. It's not even a good mind game because you're just losing money really for canceling the hatch, and then eventually your spawning pool will also time out because you lose HP when you're building off creep. So yeah, zero benefits really. So this is why no one does it, because it's useless. Oh good lord, that is a fast 30C. That is before second barracks even. And he went reactor first. This actually is the greediest build that exists. Legitimately the single greediest build. You might even go double Reaper from here, because he has so much gas in the bank. He's skipping Marines, even now. This guy's freaking busted in the head, let me tell you. Depot, gets the depot down. That's all we need. Single Marine, let's see what Rogue is seeing. Does he see the extra barracks here? I don't think he does. Is 3 links enough to kill this thing? Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Play with fire, you're gonna get burned. And that is the lesson that Cure is learning here right now. Well, he's not really getting burned big time. Minus 25 minerals on a cancel. I am pretty sure that all of that is offset by the fact that his third base finishes 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. He's adding in a 4th barracks. Oh my god. So he goes for a 3 Rex all in, into a fast triple CC, into what is going to be, I think, a 4 or a 5 Rex rush here with double tech lab, Stim Combat Shield. So extremely aggressive timing behind this. I am a huge fan of this type of build, where you start with something very greedy and then follow it up with something very aggressive. Kind of using that greed to go for another all-in. Cure, you absolute genius. I'm loving this. I would have loved to see an eBay with this as well. You know, I'm just a big fan of those like 1-1, like kind of the Stim Combat eBay pushes with 3, 4, 5 barracks. I feel like they can hit like an absolute truck. And if there are no banelings nearby, sometimes you're still kind of okay against low roach numbers as well. Like you arrive at like 22 marines over here. There's 4 roaches here, 6 roaches there. You can kind of pick a side, and with +1 against roaches, Stim and combat, you can actually do a lot of damage. It is crazy how much power you have with these types of pushes. So we have a couple of SCV, I don't want to say cancels, but a little bit of waiting there with building the extra SCVs. I think preferring to have a higher marine count, and now we're going to get our move out as well. How many marines do we have already? There are 16 marines out. Carapace 1 is on the way. Evo Chamber 2 is on the way as well. No lair quite yet. No Baneling Nest and 6 queens. 2 more queens coming out, so make that 8 queens. We're going to have 8 queens. Jesus, 60 drones already. I mean, this is a very serious push-out timing. And I do believe that it's going to get spotted here by the links. Yeah, we're going to need serious link production. Like insane link production. He's not going to get carapace upgrades in time. These links are just kind of making sure that nothing is, you know, is driving behind it. Double eBays now finish up, one of them in the wall. This is a very, very serious push-in. 57 drone hold. Let's see how that works out for you, buddy. Let's see how that works out. Often we do actually see roach defenses against this type of play, because you can pretty high in workers, low queen, fast fort base still, and then just hold with roach while also getting upgrades. But Cure here is not going to commit into it. I wonder if this was a mistake. Because he had, what is this? This is 12. It's about 20 marines with Stim and Combat. There's 6 queens with at least 3 force transfuses and a bunch of links. The problem is if you lose all of your marines, your follow-up push loses a lot of power. So now the worker counts are actually fairly even. We get 2 more barracks on the way, so straight going up to 6 racks. That indeed is 6 racks. Oh, and he's going for Marauder production. I guess he was expecting a roach follow-up here, because it's double tech lab right now, as well. Oh, the mines don't make a lot of sense if he thought it was going to be roaches. So I guess against... He's just going for 8 racks with Marauder Mine Tech. This is something that someone like Clem has done a lot in the past against lower eco builds. I was talking with him about this. He really likes this against like kind of slow start Zergs with high tech. So 65 to 70 drone Zergs that really want to rush into that infestation pit and stay low drone until they get their ultras out. But Rogue isn't really playing like that at all. He's just playing standard Ling Bane. It almost feels like Cure was expecting roaches to come out, and now they're not here, and he's like, oh, this is kind of awkward. Still gonna get a fast fort by the way. Jeez. His eco from the early game is so crazy. Like, this fort timing is a standard fort timing before 8 racks. Like, this is a normal timing for a 4cc if you're going 5 racks into 4cc, but our boy here is going freaking 8 barracks into 4cc, and he's still hitting those 4cc timings, you know, insane timings. 1-1 timing is crazy as well, so Cure just has a lot of stuff. Our man is rich, absolutely. He's also working off of just 4 gases, due to the fact... What? He's not building mines even. That he's not building tanks is what I was gonna say, but our boy is not even building any mines here. 4 veins are gonna run in, these need to be repaired. I'm sure they will be repaired in time by these 2 SCVs. There we go. Beautiful stuff. You have a couple of Hellions coming in. It's going to be Hellbat Marine Marauder. 1-1 upgrades. Hive is on the way here for Rogue, as well as another hatchery. 5 base, 79 workers. This is just a very stellar economy. Now our first few mines are running in. Rogue, the king of run-bys, is already setting one of them up. Burrow has finished up too. So there is potential here for Baneling bombs, but I'm afraid that the creep threat is too good. Sometimes when you spread too much creep, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because you can't burrow them anywhere. Like, everyone's going to scan when there's creep, right? So where are you going to burrow the Banes? Like here? Like right in your opponent's face? I guess theoretically it's possible. It's just less likely that it's going to work. So I'm expecting maybe some link burrows on fort bases, this type of stuff. Although fort base now flies over, and it wasn't in time. This looks like a potentially very decent trade here for Cure. At the same time, we have a major attack here happening over on the 3rd base. as the SCVs are being pulled to fight banelings. That is not a very common sight. We have a couple more units here reinforcing as well. Is this fight still going well for Cures? Going to redrop some of these Marines in the back. No 2-2 upgrades quite yet. Queen's now moving in forward. Ling reinforcements will need to clear this up as 9 SCVs go down on the other side of the map. We have 80 workers to 58. This base theoretically can fall. It won't be the end of the world because there's plenty of mineral patches to work with. Ultra Cavern on the way as well. And as we can see, this income is heavily favoring Rogue. Cure, however, still has a very decent force out. Fungals now could start hitting, and that probably is going to be the end of Cure's little push out. At least on the left side, all of these medevacs very low. Here, we only have 2 medevacs with a little bit of energy. Here we have 0 medevacs with any energy. So 8 medevacs out, none of them have energy, and that's due to the high marauder count. Every time you stim with these marauders, 20 HP disappears, and your medevacs will need to take care of that. So it's just very, very heavy on the energy. We have a 5th CC on the way instantly as well. Cure is not sitting still as he continues making plays over here. We're going to get a scan onto... No scan. Wow. He says, hey, you can keep the creep. I'm going to take your 5th base, but as a result, he's going to kill neither the creep nor the 5th as he boosts into the main base. Main base is empty, is without any real defense, but Ling, Bane, Infestor is now rolling in forward. So we have 2 armies kind of controlling this one. And that means that the bottom side army has the chance of sniping a base over here. Rogue caught out of position. And unless these banelings hit very quickly, I'm afraid that this base might just end up falling. Oh, Link's running in forward. Adrenal not quite done. 2-2 versus 1-2 upgrades. And indeed, Cure is going to win this battle. Cure's just owning, man. Main base drop coming back in as well. And GG gets called. Cure is going to take game number 2 here as well. I love watching Cure play build orders, you know, just pure strategy. I'm a huge fan of the strategy portion of the real-time strategy game genre, and Cure really is putting the kind of the ass back in arty ass. So I'm always happy to see it, you know. This guy's just he plays some banger stuff. I always hate it when you have these players that are so good at a matchup that they just kind of play a single build order because they know it's safe and solid. They don't take any risks anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I freaking love watching Clem play TVZ, but if I get to see another triple CC into Heli and Banshee out of him into destroying after 7 minutes, you know, even the greatest things in life get boring if you just repeat them again and again. And this is why I love watching Cure. You know, this is a guy that might not be as comfortable playing against Rogue in a long, drawn-out macro game. So he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a lead every single game, and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm much smarter than you. Cure has a huge brain. Actually, he's a huge brain. It's just weird because he just has a normal-sized head. You wouldn't look at a guy and think to yourself, oh, he has a disproportionately sized brain at all. You think he's an average, you know, average brain size, but he's freaking huge. It's like pushing to the sides of his skull, you know? Constant friction there in that head of his. You know when you, I don't know what you call this. Like the stuff you get on your feet when you walk outside without shoes, for example. You know, you get this layer on top of it. Like Cure has that on his brain because he's constantly scratching against the skull. Because he's so freaking big. Hey, this guy is an actual genius. He could have been anything in the world. They called him the Korean Einstein, actually, growing up. He could have been famous. Won multiple Nobel Prizes for science. But instead, he decided to become the 3rd best Terran player to have ever touched this game in the past 5 years. Which, honestly, good for him. You know, that's cool too. And so this drone's gonna get spotted. You think you can hide from Cure? No, nice try. Cure wears glasses. He has good eye vision. Or, well, he doesn't, otherwise he wouldn't be wearing glasses. But, you know, now that he has the glasses, he has good vision. I was once reading that one of the best indicators for becoming a good baseball player was that you have superior vision to other people. So you can see like the stuff happening faster. Like they tested the eyes of many of the top baseball players. And a lot of them had like superior vision to your average Joe. They were like in the something like the 98 or 99 percentile. I think that means you're in the top. If it means you're at the very bottom, then it's the opposite. It's not my native language, you guys can suck me. Keep getting called out for being wrong. You guys do it in Dutch then, huh? So easy. Yeah, okay, get a second gas. I freaking love that I was complaining about the 3cc Hellion Banshee and then Cure decides to play 3 Hellion Banshee. This is why I love this guy. You know, he can do it all. Standard, not standard. That's really all there is. There's 2 Hellions here on top of the ramp. If he plays mech, I'd actually be happy as well. I haven't seen mech in a little while in this matchup. I've actually been seeing more mech in Terran versus Protoss as of late than I've seen mech in freaking Terran versus Zerg, which is bananas to think about. Bum, 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 bananas. Closey comes out. Do we have speed? Yeah. I saw a Roach Warren. Yeah, there you go. I saw it in the corner of my eye. So just pop into vision. A little bit of Roach Warren. A little bit of Roach Warren. We're going to get a stim here. Or sorry, stim. We're going to get a tech lap. And I mean stim. Because a tech lap always leads to stim. Unless there's already extra gases on the way, which we don't. Kier here doing a good job harassing by staying at home. Lair on the way. So it's going to be a Roach. Low Queen, maybe? 5 Queen, yeah. Ooh, 6 Queen. Sexy. I like it. So we're going into 3 more barracks. So this is 6 Hellion, 2 Banshee. Yeah, I don't think there's something more standard than you can do. Like, this is really the most standard of things in the entire world. I was thinking the other day, what is like the most standard food that you could have? Like, imagine you were to introduce like the aliens to Earth food, you know? What would be the dish? It's like, what is the most default dish that exists? I guess it changes per country, but there has to be, you know, something that gets eaten the most every single day. I bet it would be something like rice. I was thinking pasta, but I don't think so. I think it would be rice with, you know, as kind of your carb source, and then what else do you put with it? I wouldn't know. It's like the default dish. That is what this is the default dish. You know, if we were to tell the aliens what is the standard TVZ build order, you tell them 6 Hellion, 2 Banshee. I wouldn't have to think about that for 1 second. And then you go into tank afterwards, yeah. You can do like here 2 tank pushes. We so often see that on this map as well. Like you have like 2 tank like down here. This is such a sacred position for Terrans. They lobbied very hard to get this position in there. Politically very effective faction, the Terrans, because they whine so much. Yeah. What Van Gogh was for art, that's what Terrans are to complaining. You know, they've elevated it. It's at a different level. I'm not sure if that's actually what Van Gogh did for art. I went to the Van Gogh Museum a little while ago. And before I go to museums, I always, you know, like to read about it. I feel like art without the context is just, there's really no point to it. Because I can't really understand anyway, like if a painting is impressive or not, because I'm not a painter myself, you know? If you read a little bit, it tends to be more fun. And basically when I was reading, I realized that the main reason why Van Gogh is so popular is because his brother was just a marketing genius. Like a great businessman. Who then, you know, just pushed the art big time. Makes you wonder, you know, if other people would have a smarter brother, what would have happened? But I don't know if he was like actually like a revolutionary painter. I'm not a painter. I don't study painting history. I guess that's called art history. It's weird though that you can study like art history. Like these people, they must know so much about different things. So many different arts. It would make way more sense if you specialize in one thing. Painting history, like classical music history. I guess you'll have that. Oh! Look at this guy go. 2 Banshees. 9 kills total. Make that 10. 10 kills total. That is a very decent amount of kills. It's actually a very decent amount of kills. Cure has gotten some good damage in. Rogue has gotten some nice worker counts as well. As the fort base is landed, we have these 3 extra barracks coming in. 3 Vipers on the way as well. So we're going to play Ravager, Roach, Ling, Bane, Viper. And we have a Hydra then. And a Lurker then. Holy crap, these upgrades are late. What the hell? I didn't even notice this. This completely flew by me. Carapace finishing at 820. Interesting. It's gonna have a tough time against the 2-2 timing if it ever hits. Even against that 1-1 timing if it would have hit a bit faster, but... 2 Banshees once again getting some more kills. These guys have 15 kills total right now, 8 and 7 respectively. Gonna get a Hellbat morph. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on over here? Mines are setting up. Hellbats moving in forward. Let's get a big stim out of these Marines as the blinding clouds are going to connect. The tanks in the back shooting a lot of damage here. What are we doing, my dear friends? Marines are being pulled back. Adrenal glands on the way. Seismic spines as well coming out right now. There's very little creep for Rogue. I'm not sure if the... Can we see if the tumors don't show up in the units lost. That saddens me because I want to know how many tumors have been killed. Because then we can know whether, you know, it's just Cure doing a good job or Rogue doing a poor job of spreading creep. Mine sets up over here. Oh, he doesn't have the drilling claws yet. Is there even a second factory? Oh, there's no second factory. Is he going up to 11 racks? He is going up to 11 racks. That is not common at all. 11 racks. 1 factory. Cure. The Innovator. With a low ground CC on the 5th as well. Aggressive movement. It's going to have crazy production here. 80 SCV. Pure bio. That is what he's all about, man. That is what this guy is all about. That was... Ooh, swift response there out of him. Things are coming in with that Adrenal. Of course, will deal some damage. This is a huge army. There's not enough medevacs to take care of this. As I hope for these Banshees they don't have to fly another mission. They're pretty freaking low. They're just going to be retiring over here. Waiting for the number of flight missions to be raised again. Oh god, that catch-22. Hate to see it. There's just not enough medevacs here on this force, is there? Five medevacs. 5 medevacs. 3 lurkers. These 2 are going to get cleared. This is one of the things that the high-level Zergs are very good at. It's kind of putting pressure on with low amounts of lurkers. Like Nidus Worms can often be used in the main, but also on the sides for lurker run-bys. This is something that lower-level Zergs always forget about. It's like the lurker, it has multiple uses. It absolutely... Oh my god, these guys are going to die. Didn't even get freaking repaired. As I said, look how freaking battered this army is. 11 Rex production. This is so rare to see. This is just not common at all. This is one of the more uncommon things that I've seen in my life, actually. Look at this. Freaking getting blasted out of this world. Absolutely getting blasted out of this world. He's just not getting anything else either. He has a Ghost Academy. I'm just waiting for stuff to happen. Like, new insight out of Cure. He just lost 10 workers somewhere. And then he decided to pump more stuff. Just more of the same. So he's playing a very high momentum game. And if you ever get to like a lurker count of like 10, 12 here, like bio just falls off a freaking cliff, right? Like a lemming being pushed by a camera crew. It's freaking over. 6th base is probably not going to finish up. Cure has a lot of control on the map. You have a random roach here just for vision, I think. Nidus now comes up. Okay, let's take a look at the first person Cure. He sees this. Sending a lot of units back in. I think Rogue probably is misjudging his position a little bit. I think if he just stabilizes right now and gets like 6 more lurkers, we're freaking cooking. We don't actually have to be aggressive, but maybe the Nidus keeps the pressure off of his back. It's like a small price to pay. He's gonna send some lurkers in further forward. Just kind of sets one up over here. It's like single lurkers against bio are not actually very good. Like lurkers in I feel like against bio, if you have 3 lurkers, it's not enough. Once you have 5, then we're talking numbers, you know? Then we're talking numbers. Ooh, that's not a quick enough lift. That is not a quick enough lift. There was no speed there, my friend. Lynx are gonna die, however. So perhaps fine for Rogue. Tries to go for a burrow, I think. Yeah, Cure saw it. Cure wasn't born yesterday, so he's going to clear it. You have the armor upgrade for the buildings. New steel armor, as well as high-sec auto-tracking. Here comes a cute little bit of harass. I really don't mind this. Let's see if we can take out this sensor. No, we can't. Won't take out this sensor tower. Tried going for maybe some kills here on the SCVs. Won't really get that either. And we have 8 lurkers out. We have 11 more overseers on the way. Ghost count right now is already at 9. We're just kind of sticking with this Marine Marauder Ghost. I was going to say mine as well, but we only have 5 mines. Not even sure if they're part of like the major composition. 11 barracks on the map. 6th base. Rogue is struggling mightily with that 6th. This, once more, we have this Nidus coming in, and this is a fake attack. Like, Rogue doesn't care about it. He just didn't want that Nidus to go down. I do think Cure saw it and is going to be there in time. Parasitic bombs coming in. Like, yeah, of course, if Rogue gets something, he wants to go for that attack, but this is really what he cares about. Right, oh, 2, 3 lurkers not being set up. If they were set up, I wonder if it would have been enough, because this is a big bio ball, and once more, good concave out of Cure as well. This is going to get cleaned up. Liberators now on the way. We're still working up 11 barracks. 2 more starports coming down now too. And Cure wants to trade. This is his... that's his game. That is what he wants to do. Trade, 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 and trade. As long as Cure keeps trading, he's going to be happy. But the problem is trading with only 4 medavacs is going to be tough. Like every stim you get is minus a lot of HP, minus a lot of energy. On your starports, or sorry, on your starports, your medavacs. 5 turrets coming in. 2 spores. Preparing for the Liberator harass. 6th base is now on the way, or is done, sorry. We have 7 and 8. 8 is going to get cancelled, 7 might finish up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is 7. This is 8. Sorry, this was 9 already. I can't count. Maps to the best, of course. Where did that Nidus worm pop? Did it get cleared or something? I think it might have gotten cleared. I can't quite see where it is. Nothing here on the top left. Means that Cure once more is going to find something. As... Nidus in the natural once more. Cure's just so active with these Marauders. He's not getting caught off guard, man. Nope. Cure is here to win, although that last fight did go pretty poor for him. Top left side base get killed. Gonna get a rebuild. A couple more creep trimmers as well. Rogue still mightily struggling with getting the creep out. Still struggling mightily with that. No advanced ballistics, by the way. No Caduceus reactor either, because we don't have a fusion core quite yet. What is our orbital count? We're at 6. 6 fusion cores. 6 orbital commands. Spire on the way here as well. This base now wants to be set up, but it's going to be the 6th base only for Cure, who is running out of naturals. 3rd base actually more healthy than I'd imagined. 4th base less healthy than I'd imagined. And the 5th base doing exactly how I imagined. Nidus now comes in over here. If you get a couple of lurkers on this high ground, that's gnarly too. There's only 13 of those ghosts. We get a... Yep, there we go. Look at this. This is like 10 ghosts. No, it's like 8 ghosts in the main base. They're not over here. If these lurkers pop out in this area, that could be a huge issue. I don't understand why these lurkers are still stuck in the Nidus worm. I feel like it would be key if you could get them here on this high ground. That is a base that is guaranteed to take serious damage. But instead, we're just seeing this constant use of Nidus worms everywhere else. But the Nidus over here is not being used. He has so much supply over here, and we have an insane pre-split. Look at this. We have a bunch of units here. We have a bunch of ghosts in the main base. How much supply is not active at the front? Here come the lurkers. There's only 2 ghosts nearby. And I think that Rogue is going to be capable of taking a very good fight here at the front. Lurkers need to be moving in forward to start dealing with this planetary or onto the high ground. None of that is happening right now. The main base Nidus goes up as well. But the ghosts there are taking care of that. These ghosts always have a job, and I don't think they should. I don't think they always should be capable of shooting things. You want to trick these ghosts somewhere else, or you want them to stay there and then not give them anything to do. Now we're gonna get another Nidus in the main. Like this, you can't just keep pulling the same trick again and again and again and again. But Rogue says, actually, I can, even if the trick doesn't work. This is like a magician that keeps fumbling the coin as he tries to pull it out of your ear. It's like, mate, I'm gonna try a card trick or something, and there we go. Here comes the card trick, and Cure was not ready for that. All lurkers moving forward. Planetary just gets blasted instantly. That means that these ghosts, they just can't be here anymore in this number. I think that is the real lesson here. This should be the real lesson for Cure, but Cure just kind of keeps walking around. So I'm having a blast with these ghosts. And so we're gonna get another big push in forward. Sensor tower gets taken out here. Rogue with a lot of cash in the bank. I mean, the high ground here is so valuable too. We shouldn't forget about that. As up the ghost once more. Yep, just go into the main base. Go into the main base. It is what it is. It is what they do. Do we have the lunge upgrade? Yeah, we do. There we go. We're gonna lunge it forward, I think, here. No, couple of Vipers. This base is toast, man. This base is freaking toast. Like, you don't have the ghosts. You can't stop these lurkers from moving in. This is such a huge problem for Cure. Like, these ghosts only being in the main base is the biggest mistake you could have gone for. We have a 4 Hydra run by that's going to clear this base, or at least force it to lift off. Like, this needs to be Marine Marauder dealing with this. This is your most valuable force that is just dealing with Niduses this entire time. Nidus are 0 supply. Perhaps Rogue was right to keep trying the coin trick. Because while Cure is being distracted by the coin, constantly falling out of his ear, he just loses bases in the front. He's losing to the card trick. And now this thing is finished, but he's not going to pop him out because he doesn't give a crap. It's like, mate, as long as there's 12 ghosts chasing my Nidus, I'm fine. That is a price I'm willing to pay. And it's a price Rogue should be willing to pay, obviously. As this entire army is completely out of position to deal with the in-base Nidus. Hydra count not big enough to clear this. That actually does kind of suck. Do we have anything in here? No. The Nidus room isn't even being occupied at this point. These are fake Niduses. It's not real. Well, they're real Niduses. There's just nothing in there. As it's a bad link fight, though. This was not great here. Lost a lot of Banes, a lot of Lings. Overseers not nearby. Not enough Hydras is the main problem at the moment. That's the thing is that Cure has such a low amount of workers right now that he can almost miss those ghosts. This base though is gonna get cleared. We're going to get an attack into this as well. So that is minus the middle base here, minus this planetary most likely, although Liberators are gonna siege up and will save it for now. Bottom side base is gonna get cleared. The lack of Hydras is worrying. We need some type of anti-arm. Even wondering if perhaps an amount of Corruptors would be worth it here. I'm not entirely certain. Just, the only thing he's really dealing with right now that he's struggling with is going to be the Lurkers. And these ghosts are just gonna continue going. This is crazy to watch. Cure has given up on using different units for this. I guess he wants to have ghosts nearby if Lurkers ever do end up popping out, but he's lost so many fights as a result of it. This is a big army though. It's going to be pushing it forward. Ooh, it's been a good series. This has been a good series. Absolutely. See if Rogue can continue it. Another Nidus into the main. How many Nidus has fallen? 21 Nidus worms. 21 Nidus worms. That is more than I can count. That's not true because I just did it. But Lurkers now moving in. We'll get this base. There's no Liberators nearby. So look at this. Mineral count for the income for Cure is going to be low. Rogue is still mining from this top side as well as a bottom side base going up. Like, he's cooking right now. He's absolutely cooking. Rogue is low on gas though. Take a look at the resources lost, 29k to 42k. That's what you get if you keep losing these guys. So the Changelings could start blocking as well. It's not really what they're doing. They're just kind of providing vision this entire time. Yeah, all of these are gonna die. All of these are gonna just straight up die. So Baneling's now rolling forward. There's still a little bit of creep remaining as the ghosts are gonna get hit right in the nose. Poof! There goes your nose. Oh no, what a trick. As Cure's kiting back. As these ghosts are probably gonna be capable of surviving. The problem for Rogue here is gas. He really needs to start mining some gas because he's going to run out soon otherwise. So you have some more ghosts with the shots, with the pew-pews. And what's our orbital count still? We're still at 6. 6 orbitals, 1 planetary. Right here, smack bang in the middle. And so Cure's gonna set up shop on the right side. The thing is that if we take a look at the army value, basically, if Cure takes an extremely winning fight, he's in a good spot. If he takes... because there's only one army that's gonna come back for Rogue, right? That's the thing. So, yes, if Cure takes an extremely winning fight, he's gonna love life. He's gonna love life, and it's still possible. So these mines, well, not really gonna connect in the way that he wants them to. Like, it's 150 supply to 108. So that can really swing a battle in your favor, you know? If you just have no freaking SCVs. Oh, the CC. What is that? Like 71 out of 71. That's like 99.9%. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. This is a serious force here. How many ghosts do we have? You have 20 ghosts, 3 liberators, 2 mines, 24 marines, 30 marauders. Here we go. 12 banes. This is not enough, is it? There's so many ghosts here. Changelings are kind of blocking the banes as well. More banes now on the way. I think you're going to need some splash in the form of mines. I could be wrong. Here come some snipes. Pew, 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 pew. Lots of units going down, and now comes the flank. I'm not sure if this is enough. Cure still at 120 supply. Rogue falling rapidly. Doesn't have a lot of gas remaining. Are we going to get a pickup? Well, this is a nasty pickup. This is not the pickup that we were hoping for. This is not at all the pickup that we were hoping for. Cure is pretty dead right now. I'm not gonna lie. Cure is pretty freaking cooked. At the same time, Rogue doesn't have any gas, so he needs to seriously... I mean, he has 2 rich Vespine geysers. Oh, he's going to be just fine, isn't he? He is going to be just fine. Yes, Rogue playing a phenomenal late game here. Actually, one of the greatest late games that I've seen in a while. Das. Hell yeah. Beautiful, beautiful piece of work here as he's going to clear this command center. Clear this liberator. Boost in forward. He's going to smack Cure out of this game. And say, see you next time, brother. But this one is gonna be mine. Yes, yeah, I mean, there's just not enough stuff. GG. Wow. Honestly, a fantastic game once again out of Rogue. To me, it's crazy how often I watch Rogue play in the late game, get in mediocre or just decent positions, and then just play such an insane late game. Like his Zerg versus Terran late game is so sick to me. It just looks so stellar. And I don't think there's really been any Terran where if they've gone into like an even late game and Rogue is on point, which doesn't always happen, but when it does happen, he looks freaking unbeatable. He looks so darn strong. And yeah, he showed it just there on ley lines. As we're going to be popping into Persephone here. What do we have, Mr. Cure? Are you really going to be playing our standard triple CC stuff? We got a bit of a block over here. 6-ling opener. Overlord in the natural. It's a very fast Overlord, by the way. That is an extraordinarily quick Overlord. I guess we're gonna get a 4th Queen in the main base. That is kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. Yeah, 4 Queen before 3rd base. Did not want to go for the triangle. And we have a triple CC for Cure behind this. Let's see if it's going to be mech or bio. Could see potentially a fast 2nd factory, but it would be further towards the bottom. Instead, it's just going to be a straight up starport over here. So potentially once more that Hellion Banshee type of play. 6 Hellion, 2 Banshee, blah de blah de blah. The missionary of a ZVT. Just because something is standard doesn't mean it's boring. Or bad. It's actually quite good. It's a decent build. Fast layer here out of Rogue. Different approach. What is his plan? Are we going to get a cancel on this? No. Okay, this is rare. No extra gases yet. I'm keeping an eye on these 2 gases because the vibe is almost Spire here to me. Baneling Nest as well. Okay. allowed, but rare. Really fast lair, fast baneling nest. Late third, 4 gases right now. No Evo chambers quite. Oh, I am smelling a Spire right now. This is going to be 2-way Spire. This is something we hardly ever see. This is something we actually never see. Baneling nest here for safety in case of Hellbat all-ins. It's not going to be necessary. It's not going to be necessary. I think this can only be Spire. I can't imagine this being anything but Spire. I'm not seeing it quite yet. We have an instant Overseer coming in aggressively. There you go. Spire comes down. I was waiting for it. Waited about 10, 12 seconds or so until he started it. Behind all of this, we have 6 Hellion, 2 Banshee. Now, Banshee should not be capable of dealing a whole lot of damage. Overseer spots pretty much everything. Sees the Banshee cloak here. Knows that he needs a Banshee or a Spore at home. He's going to go for the Spore at home. Spire, by the way, in the natural is going to be difficult to spot. What's the link count out right now? We're at 12. With 3 Queens forward. Could deal with those Hellions. Ooh, this Banshee is nasty. This is a nasty bad boy. It's going to get 2 kills. Make that potentially 3, maybe 4 even. No, it's just going to be 3. This does get pushed back. Double eBay, 2 barracks, extra refineries. Here we go, an attack out of these Hellions. Don't forget, Hellions can always go back into the healing zone to get that healing for free. So they're often overly aggressive on maps like this. He's going to scout that gas. And I think this will give Cure all the information that he needs. This should give Cure all the information that he needs. Blind turrets here would not be blind anymore because he's gotten the info on the gas. That is a weirdly timed 5th gas. It makes no sense. Not seeing a turret here shocks me. It actually really does. Because I think the clues are here. There we go. Blind turret, or well, blind. We get a turret in the main base. This gas scout was huge here for Cure. And he's fairly confident right now in his call as he adds in a turret into the 3rd base as well. It's going to keep his natural clean. Does not want to full commit into it. Lynx are going to commit onto those Marines. That could be big for later on, but not that many Marines end up going down. 2 SCVs fall. What was that? 2 Marines falling, a bunch of Lynx going down, of course, will help the Mutas dealing more damage. If there were 0 turrets out right now, by the way, I don't want to say that Rogue would have straight up won, but he would have been in a great spot. This would be minus 7-8 workers at an instant, minus 7-8 workers over here as well. It would be very, very tough because we have 7 Mutas versus 14 Marines right now. But the turrets being done is a huge deal. Lynx are trying to get some damage done. Will get nothing. Skip the SCV. Hellions now running in. We'll get a couple of drone kills here actually. Not the greatest drone control out of Rogue. Actually pretty piss poor control out of Rogue. As he loses 15 so far. It's going to, oh my god, it's going to lose 20 drones here to a 6 Hellion run by 21 drones going down. And that is disastrous for our Zerg player. Whose drone count now is truly pathetic. No 4th base out either quite yet. Muta count is going to continue growing. Muta count is going to continue to grow at the same time the turret gets taken out. I'm not sure if those were Banes or Lynx or what did it, but something went in there and killed that turret. 13 kills total right now on those SCVs. Very solid stuff. 0 Mutas have gone down so far. If these Mutas, or sorry, if these Hellions wouldn't have killed this many drones, this game would already be over as he commits onto the Marine and actually ends up losing a couple of these Mutalisks. A little bit sloppy here out of Rogue. He knew they were there because he checked them earlier. Ends up losing what? 4 Mutas total so far. 5th one goes down here. Combat Shield finishes up and 1-1 is done as well. Don't forget, Evo Chambers aren't available quite yet behind all of this. 4th base now on the way. Double Banshee will show up over on the 3rd. Look at this worker count. This worker count is not looking solid. This worker count is not looking stellar. Supplies are close, but the story of this game is not the story of a close game. Not at all. The Mutas are now going to come in, might try to take out some SCVs, potentially attack a reactor here or there. But Marines moving in forward are going to make this a tough task to defend. Reactors will go down. Both of these will fall. But where are the Banelings? They ain't here. That is the reality of things. So Mutas now try to run back home. We are still on creep, of course, but Centrifugal Hook's not quite done yet. We're going to have 2 Banes total. Can we get another Baneling morph here? I don't think we can. These Banes actually get insane connections. What the hell? Mutas now come back as well. And with the help of some transfuses, potentially we get a cleanup. Rogue getting a 10 times better fight than I thought he could have. Cure without target fire on the 2 slow Banelings. Yes, they were on creep. but they were slow nonetheless. Double Banshees once again gonna show up. Probably should not get the kill here. We are gonna get a Transfuse available pretty soon. The Evo Chamber on 24 HP will survive. A jump onto the turret. No, not a jump onto the turret as the first Thor is now coming out. Reactors have been rebuilt. Mines are being spread in the main base and Drilling Claws is on the way. Cure up 30, 40 supply. These 21 drones that went down against the Hellion run by were such a game changer. The gas scout initially was such a game changer. It's like, those are really the two key moments in this game. Both of them caused by the Hellions. The initial scout by the Hellions and the run by the Hellions are really what allows Cure to have a chance in this game. Without it, I think he's absolute toast. As the Banelings now run in, Cure's not paying attention. Oh my god! We have like 15 SCVs with like 5 HP. Not the greatest detonations there. Yes, he does get the turret, but probably should have tried targeting down those SCVs. If you get 25 SCVs there, you're back. You're absolutely back. But instead he gets 5 and a turret. Turret is not even going to get rebuilt here. We just have units parked over at this third base location. SCV gets blasted over here as well. As the Mutas now fly back home. 1-1 upgrades are finishing up. Fort base is on the way. And I am loving the vibe over here. For Cure. Like, the lack of eco really for Rogue is the main thing that he is going to be missing. It's like economy, economy, economy. Yes, the Muta count keeps growing, despite 12 already going down, and it is turning into a serious threat, right? With +1 attack already, potentially you're going to start +2 at some point. I think the problem here is that you're never going to get super consistently good fights. Like, so far, what are we at? Resources lost, 6,900 to 5,300. Income is going to be in favor of Cure. We'll stay in favor of Cure. And I'm just not seeing any holes in this defense. Like, how in the hell is Rogue going to defend a maxed out push? And even if he does defend it, how is he going to stop the next maxed out push? Like, there's not a whole lot of creep. Base trade is a possibility. We have decent amount. Was that two mines over here? No sensor tower in the main, by the way. Overseer is now going to show up. We have the Overlord speed as well. It's important that this Overseer shows up first, because without that Overseer, life's going to be hard and the double mines are going to connect. Rogue, sloppy. With his control over here, does not clear those mines first. Mines now, or sorry, Marines come back into the main base. Gonna need a lot of regeneration on these guys. Does not dare to jump onto any of these Marines. Does not dare to jump onto the turret. As an army moves towards the far right. Banshee over on the right side as well right now. 6 more Mutas coming in. Oh, double mines once more. And GG's just gonna get called. Rogue does not believe. And Cure is going to take the series with a 3-1 score.